Equitalks is presented by Equilis Analytics Incorporated. Check out our website at www.equilis.com. Would you like to know if you should buy, hold, or sell a stock? JC De Guzman, founder, CEO, and Chief Technical Analyst of Equilis Analytics, will share with you his technical analysis, overall sentiment, and trade setup for one stock every day. Would you like to be an independent trader and a profitable investor? You'll learn how to be one right here on the Equitalks.
Welcome to the first episode of Equitalks. This is the program where I'll be discussing about one particular stock. You will hear about my simplified technical analysis. I will tell you my overall sentiment. And of course, I'm going to give you my recommendations, some let's say trade setups for those who already have a position in this particular stock that I'm going to talk about, and also for those who are still in the planning stage on whether or not you're going to play this stock or not. Okay, so my name is JC De Guzman, and in today's episode, the first stock that I'll be talking about will be or is Metro Pacific Investments Corporation, or MPI. So let's find out what we see. Let me show you what I see on the chart of MPI, so you can play this stock should you want to trade this MPI. This way you will have an idea. You will have some data-driven basis regarding your investment decision for this MPI. So today MPI closed at 4.96 with an intraday high of 5.04 and an intraday low of 4.76. I like this ascent in price of MPI today. The reason for that is its volume that is way above its 10-day volume average. What's in it for me? What's good about it? What's good about it when the price is actually, or when the volume is actually above the 10-day volume average of the stock? So this is how I interpret that. When I see a green candlestick that is coupled by, a towering volume that is above its 10-day volume average, psychologically it tells me that the ascent in price is highly likely to be continued. It's more likely to be continued when a green candlestick is partnered, it's coupled by a volume bar that is above the 10-day volume average. Okay, so that's how I interpret that. Now, finally, after I think about more or less 2 weeks of seeing the price below the 10-day simple moving average, finally we are now seeing it above the 10-day simple moving average. However, as far as the alignment of these moving averages is concerned, I think MPI still has a lot of things to do. Why? Because the longer term moving averages are still above the shorter term ones. We want to see the opposite if we want to to uh, to see MPI moving to continue moving inside the bullish territory based on both on the long term and short term perspective. Because right now, although it's bullish in the short term, it has to, for me, it has to uh, pierce or break out above 5.08, if not above 5 point, yeah, above 5.08 for it to, for its bullish ascent to become sustainable. So I prefer to see the price moving above 5.08 or above the 5.0 line for this ascent to become sustainable. But of course, I want its ascent in price to always have a volume that is above its 10-day volume average, only if possible. And another good thing that I see on the price action of MPI today is the positioning of the MACD line. I think it's already poised to cross above the signal line. When the price is above the 10-day simple moving average and when MACD crosses above the signal line, for me it's an indicator. It's actually an indication that uh, MACD is confirming the short-term bullishness uh, of the price of that stock. Okay, so right now, um, a bullish formation is actually being is spotted on the histogram of MACD. Um, Looking at the historical volatility of MPI, I can tell that MPI still maintains its low risk level because of its volatility score of about 48%. The moment the volatility score goes beyond 50%, then I would say MPI will then have a moderate risk level. If it goes beyond 70%, that's a high risk level already. Anything above 100% is an extremely high risk level. So right now, where is MPI? It's in the low risk level status. Okay. Now let's notice the participation of the foreign investors on MPI. Today, foreign investors registered a net foreign buying which totaled to 102 million pesos. And that's significant if um, if you would like to know. It's a significant amount of net foreign buying. Okay, so it's good to see that foreign after so many days after actually for almost the entire for the past 3 months for the past 2 months, MPI is one of those stocks that that was battered by the outflow of foreign funds. So finally, I think this is the biggest or the second biggest. I think this is the biggest net foreign buying registered on MPI year to date. It's the second biggest. The second biggest occurred last January 14, and it totaled to 97 million pesos worth of net foreign buying. So today's net foreign buying amounted to 102 million pesos is the year to date's biggest. Okay. If we are to sum it up, I think MPI is I think it's still on a net foreign. It's hard to tell because within the on the second week of January 2019, we see three towering, three tall net foreign buying bars. But all throughout those after that week, we see a topsy-turvy participation coming from the foreign fundies. Sometimes it's a it's a net foreign buying day. Sometimes it's a net foreign selling day. So it's more or less um, it's either a more or less net foreign selling, I think, year to date for MPI. But it's hard to tell by just looking at the net foreign trade histogram. But that's where we are at as far as today's net foreign trade is concerned. It's a net foreign buying today. Okay. The major support that I see on MPI's chart is positioned at 4.56, while the immediate resistance is at 5.08. Should this ascent in price continue, it will increase the likelihood of breaking out above 5.08, which is a precursor to 5.53. And actually, this line above this line around that's close to 4.8 or maybe 4.85. It's the intersection between those three simple moving averages: the 10 SMA, 50 SMA, and 200-day SMA. Now let's take a look at the volume review of MPI. Why do we want to see the volume review? It is for us actually, and I'm sharing this to you. It is for us to have a data-driven basis on which particular price point or range of prices we should be monitoring MPI. So it's important to know which particular price points get the biggest volume and the highest number of trades. So not just the biggest volume, because it's very possible for a certain price point to get the biggest volume but with just a single trade. That happens if a cross trade was registered or printed on that particular price point on that particular day, time of day. So that's why we have to consider also the number of trades. And in this matter, in this price volume distribution analysis, I discard those huge cross trades in my analysis. So I factor it out. Okay, moving back. In today's trading, the most voluminous range and the range that got the highest number of trades, I think it's between 4.94 all the way to 5.0. So that's it, 4.94 to 5.0. And remember, MPI closed today at 4.96. So if you are trading the name, if you have this in your portfolio, or if you would like to consider trading the name tomorrow, especially in the first 15 to 30 minutes of trading, I suggest that you monitor 4.94 to 5.0. Why? Again, that range got the biggest volume and the highest number of trades today. Okay? So that's the, and also the VWAP is at 4.95, which is very close to its closing price of 4.96. Why am I saying the VWAP? VWAP stands for volume weighted average price point. For the non-Equilist Analytics subscribers, you have to know that I've been mentioning to my clients that some mutual fund managers, it's a common practice of mutual fund managers to buy at near the VWAP, if not on the VWAP itself, so as not to uh, pollute, let's say, quote unquote, pollute the organic movement of prices during the day. So they buy at the VWAP, not actually at the not the average, not the average between the intraday high and intraday low. So that's the VWAP. It's important. Okay. All right, so now let's take a look at the dividends. Does MPI have some dividend announcements? Upon checking, it has, and it's scheduled to. There is a cash dividend worth 0.076 per share, cash dividend with an ex-dividend date of March 15, 2019. Let me give you some tips regarding dividends, because usually traders ask me, "Sir, will I get dividends if I buy on, before, or after the ex-dividend date?" And then these sellers also ask, "Sir, will I get dividends if I sell before, on, or after the ex-dividend date?" So here's the thing. If you buy every single MPI shares that you will buy before March 15, the ex-dividend date, those shares will be entitled to this cash dividend. Now, if you will buy on or after March 15, all of those new MPI shares that you will buy on and after March 15 will no longer be entitled to this cash dividend. Okay? How about the sellers? If you will sell before March 15, then those shares that you have sold or that you will sell are no longer entitled to receive this cash dividend. However, if you will sell on and after March 15, then still those MPI shares will still be included in the list of those stocks that will get this cash dividend. So that's how dividends work. Okay, so I've given you, I've answered your frequently asked question. Whether you are a buyer or a seller, I've given you the on, before, and the after scenarios. So you should know by now. Okay. So what's my overall sentiment on MPI? My overall sentiment on MPI is actually bullish. It's being my bullish sentiment. My main catalyst for this bullish sentiment is this support coming from volume, as well as the strong buying appetite from the foreign investors. Number three is the position of MACD. It's now being poised. It's now poised to cross above the signal line, coupled by that low risk level of MPI, with its volatility score of about how much? 48%. It's a low risk stock still. Okay, so I'm bullish on MPI. Now, how about the trade setups? My recommendations for those who, okay, here's my recommendation. If you have had MPI and your average price is lower, if your average price on MPI is lower than 4.96, which is the current price, I would suggest that you calculate your trailing stop loss from the current price, not from your average cost or average price. However, if your average price is higher than 4.96, then I would suggest you calculate your trailing stop loss from your average price or average cost and not from 4.96. Okay? Now, how about if you don't have a position in MPI yet? Is it quote unquote safe to play this stock by the next trading day? Okay, let me make a comment about that word safe, that key word, about that operative word. There's no such thing as safe, not just in the stock market, but also in any type of investment asset, in any investment asset class. So don't use the word safe, okay? I think the best way to ask is, a better way of asking is, if I will enter a new position on MPI, is my risk level aligned, or am I happy about the reward to risk ratio that I'm seeing right now? That's a better way of asking. Okay? And if you would like to bank into my bullish sentiment on MPI, then my recommendation is that you just do a test buy, meaning to say just buy a small tranche first. A small tranche to begin with. Never go all in. And if you would like to do a test buy on MPI tomorrow, monitor the stock's price movement within the first 15 to 30 minutes. First 15 to 30 minutes, mean to say from 9:30 to 10 a.m. And don't just buy at any price. You have to monitor that range that I've given you a while back, which is it's between 4.94 and 5.0. Why? That's the range that got the biggest volume and the highest number of trades. So that's part of our price volume distribution analysis. So so there you go. That's it for MPI. So today you've learned about my technical analysis on MPI, my overall sentiment. I've given you some tips on how to do the dividend play if you're interested. I'm not encouraging you, okay? I'm not quote unquote encouraging anyone. This is not a stock recommendation. Take this um, episode for informational purposes only, okay? You've heard my recommendations for you, regardless if you already have a position or not, regardless if your average price or average cost is less than or greater than 4.96, which is the current price. You've also heard my recommendation, my suggestion if you don't have a position in MPI yet, but you would like to consider, uh, banking on my bullish sentiment toward the stock. So this is our Equitalks, and this is the program where, every day I discuss one stock. You will hear my analysis. I'm going to give you my overall sentiment. I'm going to give you some trade setups, regardless of whether you already have a position or you're just planning to have a position on the stock. So this is Equitalks, and my name is JC De Guzman of Equilist Analytics. Thank you and have a great day.
Equitalks is presented by Equilist Analytics Incorporated. Check out our website at www.equilist.com. Would you like to know if you should buy, hold, or sell a stock? JC De Guzman, founder, CEO, and chief technical analyst of Equilist Analytics, will share with you his technical analysis, overall sentiment, and trade setup for one stock every day. Would you like to be an independent trader and a profitable investor? You'll learn how to be one right here on the Equitalks.